You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to discuss a little bit of Godzilla, and I'm going to give my opinion on what I would have changed about the movie. After seeing it a couple of times and letting it simmer for, what is it, going on 3 weeks now, you know, a lot of people came back complaining about certain parts of the movie. Some of them were either fans of the movie or not fans, but a lot of the complaints were very similar. Cutting off the airport scene, cutting off the scene in the city when the doors close, things of that nature, Bryan Cranston's death. And I gotta say, I think after thinking about it for a while, I feel that if Gareth Edwards would have added about 2 more minutes of footage to this movie, it wouldn't have been perfect. It still would have had its flaws, but it would have been a lot better. Now, again, I have no problem with the way he did it. I think I understand what he was trying to do. I think, in my opinion, he was setting up for something bigger down the road. I also believe that a sequel had already been thought about even before the movie came out. Just kind of the way it was made. Like, you don't see enough of Godzilla was one of the complaints a lot of people had expressed. But at the same time, I think that the reason for that is because you're going to see more of him down the road. Now we know that's truth now. But in this movie, I think I would have done 2 things. Number one, I actually would have kept Cranston's death because of the shock factor. I think the way to keep the audience engaged and improve upon that is to give the audience what they want, which is more fighting. While I like the airport scene that got cut off because I thought it was pretty humorous because I knew what he was trying to do. He was trying to tease. I think if he would have added at least a 1-minute showdown there and still keep that same scene where little Brody is laying on the couch watching the news, I would have kept that scene, but I would have extended the airport scene another minute. I would have shown that fight at least for a minute straight. That, I believe, would have gone. That would have done wonders. 1 minute is a long time when you consider a lot of movie scenes get cut up. You know, 45-second scene here, 45-second scene there, so on and so forth. And the other scene I would have extended a little bit maybe would be the very scene I mentioned in the beginning as well, with the doors closing and you see the Muto and Godzilla about to engage in a battle, then the door closes. I would have kept the door closing scene, but as soon as the door blacked out, I would have cut right back to the fight. And again, I would have shown another minute. I think those 2 scenes would have gone a long way in the movie. I really think it would have probably made a big difference for a lot of the audiences who do love Godzilla, who are not necessarily smashing the movie, but feel that it fell a little short on the kaiju battles. Again, that's just my opinion, though. I mean, I'm sure there are other scenes many other people would have changed. I mean, I can't. There are other things about the movie I didn't like, but they can't be changed. Like, again, you guys all know how I feel about Aaron Taylor Johnson and his role. I know a lot of you have tried to make a good case for why he was the way he was, but still, it's not that he can't be, or it's not that he shouldn't hold back some of his emotion. But in the scenes where I think he should have shown it, he didn't. Like when his father died, I felt he should have showed more emotion. Cranston, the only way I would have kept him alive is if they had more of a purpose for him. You know, I mean, he found out about how his wife was killed, and he found out what the deal was. So it would have been interesting. It would have been interesting to see what direction they went with him. Would he have gone with Ford on his missions, or would he have stayed with Serizawa? But even if he stayed with Serizawa, what purpose does he play there? Serizawa already knew what he needed to know. Cranston, on the other hand, really wouldn't have brought much more to the table in terms of scientific, research or any kind of information that Serizawa didn't already have. It would have been interesting, though, to see how he reacted to seeing Godzilla, because he knew nothing about Godzilla. He only knew about the Muto. But I feel, like I said, add a minute to the airport scene, add a minute to the first battle in the first battle scene in the city, and I think that would have gone a long way. I think a lot of people would have been satisfied. Maybe not the people who are smashing the movie outright for whatever reason, but at least some of the fans that do appreciate the film but were very disappointed with what they didn't get to see until the very end of the movie. And even if you didn't add a minute, even if it was 30 seconds each, I still think that would have gone a long way, which only would have added, what, a minute to the whole production. So it would have added a lot of work, though, because that's a lot. You know, it sounds short, but 30 seconds of CGI in one scene and 30 seconds of CGI in another, man, that's a lot of work. But again, it is what it is. I still think overall it was a very, very good movie. I think for Gareth's first time out on a big budget film, he did an excellent job. He obviously has a certain way of doing things and a certain vision that the powers that be at the Star Wars ranch, I guess, or the Star Wars team thought that he would be good to bring on. And the good thing is they brought him onto a spin-off role. I mean, a spin-off movie. It wasn't like he was directing one of the episodes and JJ brought him in. So it was, you know, I think doing the spin-off movie, one of them is a good second project. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to do that. Godzilla, I think, is overall a success. It's made good money. It still hasn't opened in other regions, and already it's over 300 million. I'm sure after this weekend, obviously those numbers will go up. And you know, again, we're getting a sequel anyway, and I think he was building towards that regardless. I kind of got that feeling when I saw the movie a second time, that he was just building towards a sequel, not necessarily story-wise, but just because you do walk away sometimes in a feeling like, damn, I really wish I would have seen him more. But I think Gareth already had in mind, look, you're going to see more. This is what you're getting now, so I can get an idea of just who the people are, what the complaints are, and I think he's going to take that and improve it. I expect the second movie to be substantially better in every facet. By then, he'll have experience. He'll know what the people want, and I think he'll do a good job balancing. There's no more surprises with Godzilla, so there's no point in teasing it anymore. I think in this movie, what he should do is reverse it. He should definitely, the next movie, I should say, I think he should definitely show more Godzilla and tease whatever the new monster is. And I think the new monster is probably, if he puts one in, will probably be something great. So, but anyway, that's it for this video. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page.